Hello dear friends. It's difficult to summarize Cobra's information because it's so scattered, but I tried to do my best. Opinion piece. Positive Templars. The Emerald Pact. The Da Vinci Code. Blue Rainbow Bridge. Galactic White Nobility. Universal Turning Point. Purification of Cosmic Evil. Awakening of the Grail lineage. Let's start. The Positive Templars, the Galactic White Nobility, the Emerald Pact, the Grail bloodline, the Missionaries of Light, and even the Da Vinci Code are forces mentioned by the contactee Cobra that are part of the human liberation movement. The Positive Templars are human beings who, inspired by the values and principles of the ancient order of the Temple, seek to apply those ideals in the modern world through ethical action, social service, and the defense of human dignity. This is not about reproducing medieval life, but rather embodying virtues such as justice, temperance, solidarity, honesty, and generosity in their daily lives and their commitment to society. According to Cobra, the Missionaries of Light are people who have done great spiritual work and who do everything possible to heal the planet and humankind. They are at the forefront of the new stage of human evolution, but they often lack abundance. Although the starseeds are tired of so many battles that have taken place in these last 3 decades, the Dark Forces are even more tired because they are fighting for their own survival, and many are on the verge of surrender. But now that much of the primary anomaly has been eliminated, the Forces of Light will finally be able to pull the trigger and begin a special operation. The year 2025 is crucial. It will determine the direction of evolution of humanity and even the entire universe. All our past lives have prepared us for this moment. We are approaching a cosmic turning point. Many ancient cycles are coming to an end, and we are about to enter a new one. The decisions we make now will have far-reaching consequences for our future. So far, there have already been many important changes, although some say it's business as usual. In the future, only the most evolved and pure beings in the universe will be able to live on Earth. Earth planet will become a new paradise. Indeed, Earth holds enormous potential in the universe, but it has been occupied by dark forces for too long. Once these forces disappear, each soul will move to a place that matches its own vibrational frequency. The Earth of the future will be a place filled only with pure light. Ascended beings will also be able to reside on Earth. When? Many people are impatient and constantly ask, when will the event happen? I say maybe this year or next year, who knows? But the only thing I know for sure is that this year a great portal open. When the energy is right, physical changes will begin to occur. The energetic conditions are much better than before. The energy is much better than it was a few years ago. So we are finally reaching the point where our lives can begin to improve. There is only one obstacle in that path. It is your own attachment to past experience and trauma. People have been through very difficult experiences in recent decades. You have to let go of those attachments. I know the last few decades were quite difficult. From 1996 to 2025, the cycle of purification of cosmic evil unfolded. For most, this was the most difficult time of their lives. Now is the time to move past it. We are about to enter a new cycle. With this new cycle, it will be easier to manifest an optimal life. Financial reset. There are two versions of the global financial reset. The most well-known is the one being prepared for the negative faction associated with the Davos Forum. This dark version would be triggered by a forced collapse of the banking system, followed by the introduction of a central bank digital currency, which would allow absolute control of the population, according to Cobra. The other version of the global financial reset is the one being prepared by the benevolent faction associated with the positive Templars, which would introduce a basket of currencies backed by gold and assets combined with a debt jubilee, bringing greater financial freedom to humankind. In an ideal society, it would be simple to use blockchain technology for the ethical distribution of wealth through a global financial network that would allow for fast, easy, and transparent transactions and virtually eliminate fraud. However, with as many psychopathic nodes in the system as we currently have, such a network would become a suppression tool. So the key is to design a blockchain subnet without sociopathic nodes. Cobra believes that sociopaths and psychopaths tend to gravitate toward positions of power and can achieve great financial success thanks to their lack of moral restraints. This has the unfortunate consequences of most of their financial assets being in the hands of people who misappropriate them to the detriment of humankind. According to Cobra, artificial intelligence is just a modern name for sophisticated computer programs that can never replace human consciousness. However, humans are lazy, and in many cases they are more than willing to cede their thought processes to a computer program. Therefore, AI cannot interfere with your free will unless you allow it to. In theory, advanced AI could control most of the available cryptocurrency exchanges and even threaten the rest of the banking system. White nobility. The galactic white nobility is composed of lineages of families or families of advanced beings of stellar origin who act as positive guardians or custodians of planetary evolution and liberation. These families are distinguished from the so-called black nobility, which is associated with forces of control and manipulation. Some members of the black nobility were initiated into the mystery schools of the goddess, but failed the test and were therefore rejected. For this reason, they worship the goddess in a twisted way and lack a deeper understanding of the mysteries. The galactic white nobility of the Anutara star family is defined as a lineage of highly conscious stellar beings dedicated to the protection, liberation, and positive evolution of humanity, acting from higher planes and occasionally manifesting in human history through specific spiritual lineages and traditions. According to Cobra, the galactic white nobility of the Anutara family is the primary star family involved in the liberation of this planet. Many of its members come from the center of this galaxy. They gained experience in many star systems, especially the Pleiades, and therefore had a very profound experience before coming to this planet. After entering this cycle of reincarnation, they formed several famous secret societies whose purpose was to assist with the liberation and healing of humankind. They formed the Order of the Star in Atlantis, participated in the creation of the Templars, and were also involved in Freemasonry in the 17th century before it was infiltrated by the dark forces and in this and many other societies. The galactic white nobility of the Anutara is composed of high vibrational, high consciousness beings dedicated to the protection and positive evolution of humanity and the planet. Their lineage is associated with light wisdom and the guardianship of sacred knowledge and advanced technologies. They are credited with supporting planetary liberation and the spiritual awakening of humanity acting in cooperation with other forces of light from different star systems. On the physical plane, their influence is said to have manifested through human lineages connected to esoteric traditions and mystery schools. The galactic-wide nobility is part of an intergalactic support network that ensures balance and the restoration of divine order on Earth and other worlds. Their role contrasts with that of the black nobility families, who are said to be associated with oppressive power structures and controlled by negative forces. Other families. The beings of Antares possess profound wisdom about cosmic evolution and have a strong connection with the Aldebarans, who are on the front lines of liberation missions, while the Antarians provide support from the rear. The Anutara star family is mentioned as one of the main branches of the galactic-wide nobility, along with others such as the Sheram and Borandian. According to these sources, members of the Anutara family have a lineage that dates back to ancient mystery schools and physical manifestations such as the so-called positive Templars, who have had a presence and influence in human history from higher planes of consciousness. The Sheram family, originally from the Sirius star system, played a very important role on this planet in the creation of the Order of the Star. The Brotherhood of the Star is a planetary outpost of the Sirius Blue Lodge, connected to Sirius through Jupiter and the Jupiter Command. The Sheram family coat of arms is the 8th pointed star, which is also the symbol of the Sirius star system. The Boran-Dayan family is connected to those of Aldebaran, and their coat of arms is a very intricate floral design. The main purpose of the Sheram mission is to develop new healing techniques and do everything possible to heal the traumas experienced on this planet. The Blue Lodge of Sirius has guided the evolution of the Sirius star system for millennia. Its main connection to the solar system is through Jupiter, as it is a portal connecting Sirius to this solar system. The Jupiter Command is located primarily on the 4 main moons surrounding this giant, and has a massive fleet of a spacecraft whose purpose is to heal the entire solar system, not just planet Earth. Grail lineage. The Grail lineage is seen as a transmission of sacred or initiatory knowledge, linked to the quest for spiritual perfection and union with the divine. Some authors have even identified the Grail with the physical descendants of Jesus, proposing the existence of a royal bloodline that is a direct genealogical line from Christ and Mary Magdalene. Many members of the Anutara family are involved in very special projects. One of them is to anchor the galactic-wide nobility to the surface of the planet. That project began with the sacred union of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. According to Cobra, King Solomon was contacted by the Persian green dragons and received codes and instructions to create the backbone of the occult financial system. He was also guided to meet the Queen of Sheba for that reason. The other reason was to create the Grail bloodline, and at that time, the purpose of the project was to maintain very high frequency energy in human DNA as much as possible. This was initiated by the Grail bloodline. This has been continued by the sacred unions between Jesus and Mary Magdalene, among others. Later, that bloodline evolved into the Merovingian dynasty, and then the Carolingian dynasty, and then the Holy Grail bloodline went underground. However, there are secret societies like the Templars working behind the scenes to maintain the bloodline. The Grail lineage continued its activity through the Knights of the Order of Notre Dame de Sion, which preserved the mysteries of Mary Magdalene in the 12th century. It was also known as Notre Dame of or Our Lady, and later called the Priory of Zion. The Da Vinci Code refers to a series of clues, riddles, and hidden messages left by Leonardo da Vinci in his works and writings, which must be deciphered to discover a great secret related to Christianity and the Holy Grail. This code includes elements such as the interpretation of symbols, encoded messages in Da Vinci's artwork. Spain. According to Cobra, Spain needs significant purification because it has a strong negative Jesuit influence, along with the historical influence of the Inquisition and the Vatican. In his view, the recent blackout in Spain and Portugal was due to increased solar activity, among other causes. And much such blackouts could occur as solar activity intensifies. During the Portuguese era in India, a fort was built in Daman, in the state of Gujarat, and that same tunnel cave is in Odessa, an endless city beneath its feet. A secret tunnel from the ancient Agartha network was found, and Indian knights disappeared when the British tried to seize the territory. Decentralized communities can help humanity's transition to a new social and economic model, and these communities are nodes from which the chain reaction for the quantum shift toward the new social and economic model will begin. Landowners can contribute to the paradigm shift through regenerative agriculture and sustainable communities by understanding that nature and humanity are interconnected. This principle is contrary to the destruction of olive, orange, and other trees in Spain to install solar panels, since these are not decisions based on the mutual benefit of nature or humanity, but rather decisions based on the economic gain of some. When this event occurs, we will have to replant all the vegetation that is being destroyed in Spain in the name of a misunderstood ecology. South America. South America lies on the extremely important Pan-American Dragon Ley line. The western part of South America is mountainous. The Dragon Ley line runs through Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, etc. These are the most important locations. There is a strong presence of reptilians in Brazil. The situation there is similar to that of Mexico, but not exactly the same. The people there need to heal. According to Cobra, networks are needed in Chile and Argentina. People there are a little more asleep. In Argentina, there is a lot of energetic work to be done to heal that area. The Nazis moved from Germany to Argentina after their defeat in Europe. In Chile, there are Atacama tektites of very high frequency. They have a very strong connection to the source. The Emerald Covenant is a spiritual alliance or agreement guided by higher beings such as the Elohim of the Emerald Order, who would support guardians incarnated on Earth to protect and guide humankind. The Emerald represents fidelity, hope, renewal, and the enduring nature of the divine alliance with his people, especially in visions such as the emerald rainbow surrounding God's throne in the Apocalypse. The blue rainbow bridge can be understood as a spiritual variant of the rainbow symbol, associated with the connection between planes, hope, and reunion, especially in contexts of personal transformation. The blue color within the rainbow can be related to the throat chakra, which represents communication and truth. In many cultures, the rainbow is seen as a bridge between heaven and earth, connecting the earthly with the spiritual. The rainbow symbolizes the divine covenant with humanity after the flood, representing hope and a new beginning. The rainbow is also associated with the alignment of the chakras and the opening of energy portals, serving as a message of hope, renewal, and guidance. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.